Well, it's Saturday afternoon and we're still here at the SSAA Shot Expo, and I've actually got the president of the SSAA, Geoff, with me. Thanks for having some time out to chat with us today.
You're welcome, Stuart. Pleasure.
Now, would you just explain to some people that might not know what the SSAA do? Would you be able to explain what they do and how they help the sport?
Well, to a point, SSAA does tend to be a little bit of all things to all people, but we sort of cover the whole gambit of the shooting sports in everything from firearm safety training we're the first point of entry into the sport, all the way through providing shooting ranges for people to go and shoot responsibly. We provide a whole range of competition levels, including right the way up to international competition. Advice we provide, we have a whole publications and media department. We provide information that goes out. We've got hunting groups all the way through the country. We provide representation to government in lobbying, in the political sphere. So there's not much that we actually don't cover. And all in all, for those that are involved and do understand what is going on, we generally would consider we do it fairly well.
Yeah, excellent. And what sort of challenges are we facing in the next few years as a sport?
Well, there's, of course, to be quite frank, there's always the challenges from the uninformed groups who simply are frightened of firearms because they don't understand what they are and what we do. And I'd probably rather not nominate them. I think we all know who they are. But still in all, we do have to be vigilant and be aware. We've got to step up. It is the 21st century. Things are not the way they were 50 or 100 years ago.
Definitely.
There are levels of responsibility and accountability that we do have to take on board and accept that things are slightly different. And if we're responsible, we think we'll address those challenges pretty darn well. Don't give people an excuse to paint us in a poor light.
Going by this event, the community seems to be getting bigger and stronger. Where do you see that future going with this?
Well, at this point in time, our growth rate is just, we consider it almost astronomical.
Yeah.
We are enjoying an average 10% growth rate per annum.
Really?
And that has been consistent now for the last 10 years.
Wow.
We are, as an organisation, we are 4 times bigger than we were in 1996. We have over 160,000 members nationally.
Yep.
And that is, there's a consistent growth there. And we are able to now more effectively provide services to members and shooters. We're able to more effectively lobby governments.
Yep.
And from that perspective, providing we continue to keep doing the right thing and engage responsible shooters, we think that there's a real future for the sport. It's interesting the number of people that are coming in and the type of people that are coming in that previously we wouldn't have even considered interested. But because we're presenting a responsible community sport, pastime, recreation, in any of the forms. People may not want to be hunters. They don't have to be hunters.
Not at all.
They may not want to sit there and shoot away at a target all day long. They may just enjoy the bush, whatever it might be.
Definitely.
There's a place for all of them.
Yeah, it seems to be a good, healthy community at the minute, which is a good thing to see.
Absolutely.
And we got a lot of new time shooters and that watch our YouTube channel. Have you got any advice for them as they're taking up the sport?
Well, yes, the thing I would say is, depending what you see and what you relate to, demonstrating a responsible approach is probably the most important thing. There are issues with, or there can be issues with firearms, but that's not something we embrace. We're not criminals, we're responsible users, and I'd say be careful of what you do, watch and what you take on board. Know what is correct and what's not, and certainly I would say for new time shooters, join a club, join an association, get in with people who do have a linkage with already accountable and responsible types of relationships, and you'll progress much, much faster. It's one of those sports that we do better as a group rather than as isolated individuals.
Excellent. And on a personal note, how long have you been shooting for and how did you get into the sport?
I joined SSAA, I was shooting before that. I joined in 1968, which is, 46 years. So I've been doing it for a while, and I've served. I was shooting a little bit before that, and I'm not 90. So I've obviously always had a passion, but I just had an interest. I think we all have an interest deep down. Some people, it comes to the surface and some it doesn't. But then I simply got involved. I was primarily a hunter, and I still am actually. And then I got involved in establishing clubs, and I've just to expand the sport generally, and just found an interest in there. Got involved in lobbying governments and competitive shooting. I've shot competitively at a national level, all sorts of disciplines, and I get little time these days. And when I do, I try and sneak away into the bush and hunt. And I've hunted overseas and you know, pretty well across Australia as well. I'm not as fast as I used to be, but I still do it with the same degree of enthusiasm.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us today, and we've learnt lots, and I hope you've learnt lots too. And yeah, thanks again, and putting on this amazing event. Thanks.
You're welcome, Stuart. We hope it continues. Thanks for your support.